Even if it's a successful presidency, there's been nothing like what we're doing. We had a very good day 2 days ago, too. But even if it's successful, they don't win. I don't know what it is. There's something psychological, like you vote against. You can win by a lot. We won every swing state. We won the popular vote by millions. We won everything. But they say that when you win the presidency, you lose the midterm. You got to win the midterms. Because if we don't win the midterms, it's just going to be, they'll find a reason to impeach me. I'll get impeached. We don't impeach them, you know why? Because they're meaner than we are.
Trump is facing the most intense removal pressure of his entire presidency, and his response reveals everything about where we are right now. Lawmakers are calling for him to step down. Grassroots campaigns collecting hundreds of thousands of signatures demanding Congress remove him immediately. Private conversations happening where some Republicans quietly suggesting maybe it's time for Trump to go. And Trump's answer to all of this? Hell no. Complete refusal. Total defiance. He's not resigning. He's not stepping back. He's fighting every single attempt to push him out. And what's absolutely wild is that despite all this pressure, despite formal impeachment articles sitting in Congress, despite advocacy organizations mobilizing millions of people, when it actually comes time to vote, Republicans protect him every single time. They kill the resolutions. They table the motions. They refuse to hold him accountable. So you've got this massive gap between what people are demanding and what Congress is actually willing to do. And Trump knows exactly how this game works. He knows Republicans won't betray him, so he can ignore everything. But real quick, before we get into this, let's be honest. If you want to stay ahead of the headlines, please subscribe because you might think you are but aren't. Your subscription actually matters here. That's why we built Patrick Smith Show to bring you real stories, real context, and no corporate spin. All right, so let's talk about what's actually happening in Congress right now, because the accusations against Trump are absolutely devastating. There are formal impeachment resolutions filed, not just one. Multiple resolutions from different members all saying Trump needs to be removed from office. And the charges aren't vague political nonsense. They're specific constitutional violations. Share this video with everyone you know because one resolution has 7 separate articles of impeachment, 7 different categories of abuse. First one is obstruction, Trump blocking investigations, refusing subpoenas, preventing witnesses from testifying, treating congressional oversight like it doesn't exist. That's impeachable because if presidents can just obstruct investigations into their own conduct, there's no accountability at all. Second article is about spending. Trump taking money. Congress appropriated for one purpose and using it for something completely different. Moving funds around without authorization. Declaring fake emergencies to access money Congress never approved. That's huge constitutional violation because Constitution gives Congress control over spending, not the president. When Trump ignores that, he's stealing Congress's power. Think about what that means. Third article is international aggression. Trump launching military operations without congressional approval, imposing tariffs by declaring bogus national security emergencies, taking aggressive actions that Constitution requires Congress to authorize. He's acting like he has unlimited war powers when he doesn't. Make sure you're subscribed to Patrick Smith Show because fourth article is civil liberties violations, cracking down on protests, threatening journalists, using federal law enforcement to violate people's rights. Trump swore an oath to defend the Constitution. If he's actively violating constitutional rights, he's breaking that oath. That's grounds for removal. Fifth is corruption, using presidency to benefit his businesses, making decisions based on personal financial interests instead of public good. That's what founders feared when they created impeachment. President who serves himself instead of country. Sixth is refusing to enforce laws. When Congress passes legislation, president is supposed to execute it faithfully. Trump picks and chooses which laws to enforce based on what he likes politically. And seventh article, this is the one that's absolutely stunning. It accuses Trump of tyranny. That's the actual word used. Formal impeachment language saying Trump is acting like tyrant, like dictator, that he's accumulating power illegally, refusing to accept any limits on his authority, treating Constitution like suggestion instead of law. Share this with everyone because when members of Congress officially accuse President of tyranny in formal impeachment resolution, that's not normal political rhetoric. That's them saying this person is threat to democratic system itself. that he can't be trusted with power, that he must be removed before he destroys constitutional government. That's as serious as it gets. And there are other resolutions too, different members filing different articles, all making same basic argument. Trump abused power, violated Constitution, committed high crimes and misdemeanors, should be impeached and removed from office. So the formal accusations exist, the legal framework is there, the constitutional mechanism is available. But here's the problem. When push comes to shove, when it's time to actually vote, Republicans kill it. Most recent impeachment resolution came up in December. House voted on whether to advance it, to actually debate whether Trump should be impeached. And they voted it down, 237 to 140, tabled it, which means killed it without even discussing it. So you had 140 members saying, yes, we should move forward with impeachment. We should debate this. We should hold Trump accountable. But 237 members, mostly Republicans, said no. We're not even going to talk about it. We're burying this resolution. We're protecting Trump. And that's the pattern that keeps repeating. Every time impeachment comes up, Republicans vote to kill it. Doesn't matter how strong the evidence is. Doesn't matter how serious the accusations are. Doesn't matter if Trump clearly violated constitutional limits. When the vote happens, Republicans fall in line. They protect their president. They refuse to hold him accountable. Think about what that means. And it's not just Congress. There's massive public pressure too. Advocacy organizations running campaigns to impeach Trump. One campaign has collected close to 1 million signatures. Think about that. 1 million people took time to sign petitions saying Congress needs to remove this president immediately. That's enormous grassroots energy. Real Americans demanding action. And what are they pointing to? New abuses from Trump's current term. Not old stuff from years ago. Current actions that violate rights and exceed authority. Things like federalizing local police forces, manipulating election districts, declaring bogus emergencies to grab power, cracking down on civil liberties. Pattern of behavior showing Trump is out of control. Campaign is telling Congress, look at what he's doing right now. Look at current threats to democracy and remove him before it gets worse. But Congress isn't listening, or they're listening and choosing not to act. They see the signatures. They know advocacy groups are organizing. They understand there's public demand for accountability. But when vote happens, they protect Trump anyway. Why? Because of politics. Because Republicans control House. Because they're not going to impeach their own guy. Because they're terrified of primary challenges. Because Trump's base is loyal and will destroy any Republican who votes against him. So political calculation beats constitutional duty. Party loyalty beats rule of law. And there are even private conversations happening. Reports say some lawmakers, including some Republicans, are quietly suggesting to Trump that maybe he should consider stepping down. Not in public, not in formal statements, but in private meetings, behind closed doors. They're expressing concerns about his decisions, about how he's governing, about whether he should finish his term. These are people who won't say it publicly, but privately, they're worried. They think Trump has gone too far. They think he's damaging the country. So they're quietly suggesting resignation as way out, as way to end this without impeachment fight. But Trump is ignoring all of it. He's not even considering resignation, not for 1 second. Because Trump knows the math, knows that as long as he doesn't resign voluntarily, as long as Congress won't force him out, he's safe. He can ignore the pressure, dismiss the demands, keep doing whatever he wants. Because constitutional tools for removing president only work if people actually use them, and Republicans won't use them. Trump even admitted this directly. At Republican retreat, he told them, if we lose the midterms, I'll get impeached. Not might get impeached, will get impeached. That's Trump acknowledging that Democrats have legitimate grounds to remove him, that the accusations are serious, that the only thing protecting him is Republican control of Congress. He's not saying the charges are fake. He's not saying he's innocent. He's saying he needs Republicans to win elections to protect him. That losing means accountability. That's admission that he knows his conduct warrants removal, but he's relying on partisan protection to survive. Now let me break down why constitutional mechanisms aren't working. Because founders created multiple ways to remove unfit president. Impeachment is obvious one. House votes to impeach. Senate holds trial. If 2/3 of Senate votes to convict, president is removed immediately. That power exists. It's been used before. Trump was impeached twice already in first term, but it requires political will, requires enough senators willing to vote for conviction, and right now that will doesn't exist. You'd need 67 senators to convict. If all Democrats voted yes, you'd still need 17 Republicans. That's not happening. Republicans aren't turning on Trump. They're voting to kill impeachment before it even gets to trial. Think about what that means. Why? Because they're more afraid of Trump's supporters than they are of enabling abuse of power. Because voting against Trump means primary challengers, means losing re-election, means ending their political careers. So they calculate that protecting Trump, even when he deserves removal, is safer bet politically than doing right thing constitutionally. That's broken the impeachment system, turned it from constitutional check into partisan tool. Question isn't did president commit impeachable offenses anymore? Question is, does his party control enough votes to protect him? And if answer is yes, he survives no matter what he did. Trump figured this out. He knows impeachment is meaningless as long as Republicans shield him. So he pushes limits, violates norms, takes actions that clearly exceed presidential authority, and knows Congress won't stop him. They might complain, might file resolutions, but won't actually remove him. Second removal mechanism is resignation under pressure. This is what got Nixon. Congress didn't remove him through impeachment. He resigned before they could, because political pressure became unbearable, because even Republicans told him he had to go, because he knew conviction was coming and resignation was better option. But Trump isn't Nixon. Trump doesn't respond to pressure the same way. He's been investigated for years, been impeached twice, faced countless scandals, and never once considered resigning. He fights everything, denies everything, attacks anyone who comes after him, and his base stays loyal no matter what. They don't see scandals and demand he step down. They see persecution. They see witch hunts. They rally around him harder. So Trump has no political incentive to resign, no pressure strong enough to make him quit. And Congress knows this, knows that calling for resignation is pointless because Trump will ignore it. Third mechanism is 25th Amendment. This allows Vice President and Cabinet majority to declare President unable to perform duties. If they do that, VP becomes acting president, but President can challenge it. Then Congress has to decide, needs 2/3 of both chambers to uphold removal. That's even higher bar than impeachment, and it requires VP and Cabinet turning on President, declaring him unfit. That's absolutely not happening. J.D. Vance isn't going to invoke 25th Amendment against Trump. Cabinet is full of loyalists Trump personally chose, people who owe their jobs to him. They're not going to betray him. So 25th Amendment is completely off the table, which means all three constitutional mechanisms for removal, impeachment, resignation pressure, and 25th Amendment, none of them are working. None have the political support needed to actually remove Trump. So he serves out his term regardless of what he does. And that's what's so broken about current situation. We have formal impeachment resolutions. We have hundreds of thousands of Americans demanding action. We have advocacy groups mobilizing. We have some lawmakers privately saying Trump should go. But none of it produces actual result. None of it leads to Trump being removed or even seriously threatened with removal. Pressure builds, but nothing happens. Accusations pile up, but Trump stays in office. And people lose faith. Start thinking accountability is impossible, that presidents really are above the law, that constitutional checks don't actually work when you need them. And here's the thing, they're not completely wrong. The checks do exist on paper, but they only work if people use them. And when partisanship prevents that, when party loyalty trumps constitutional duty, the checks fail. Presidents can abuse power and face no consequences as long as their party protects them. Think about what that means for future. Trump is learning he's safe. Future presidents will learn same lesson, that if you keep your party loyal, if you keep your base energized, you can survive anything, can ignore impeachment calls, can refuse resignation demands, can abuse power and stay in office. That's the precedent being set. Not that impeachment doesn't exist, but that it doesn't work when president's party shields him. That accountability is political calculation, not constitutional principle, and that weakens entire democratic system. Bottom line is this: Trump refusing to resign despite growing pressure from multiple directions. Formal impeachment resolutions accuse him of obstruction, illegal spending, military aggression, civil rights violations, corruption, refusing to execute laws, and outright tyranny. Other resolutions accuse him of high crimes threatening democracy. Close to 1 million Americans signed petitions demanding his removal. Advocacy campaigns highlighting current abuses calling for immediate action. Some lawmakers privately suggesting Trump should step down, but Trump rejecting all of it. Won't consider resignation, fighting every removal attempt, completely defiant, and Congress protecting him. Recent House vote was 237 to 140 to kill impeachment resolution. Republicans refusing to advance it, refusing to hold Trump accountable, choosing party loyalty over constitutional duty. Trump himself admitted at GOP retreat that losing midterms means impeachment. Acknowledged that only Republican control protects him. 3 constitutional removal mechanisms exist, but none working. Impeachment requires Senate conviction Republicans won't provide. Resignation requires pressure Trump ignores. 25th Amendment requires VP and cabinet action that won't happen. So mechanisms broken by partisanship. Creates accountability crisis where presidents can abuse power and survive if party shields them. Future presidents learning they can get away with violations if they maintain loyalty. Dangerous precedent that weakens democracy fundamentally. Gap between demands for removal and congressional inaction that protects Trump. That's the real crisis. This continues. Stay tuned.